Welcome to Skunk News Network. This is your host, Soup. Today we're going to be talking about the event that took place on Object 85. The battle was between Raging Insanity and Void Rocketeers. And this is what Raging Insanity had to say about the battle. He was preparing his ship printer when suddenly his rocket missile's batteries went wild, and then a strong red laser hitting his base. He took control of his railgun turret and tried to see who it was, and trying to shoot at them, all while he took heavy fire. He was at a voice call with CIM, which both Hex and Vader jumped in with their warships named Locust. Hex came from behind and surprised VR faction with a small but precision strike. According to them, the battle lasted for about 3 rounds. After the first round, the Void Rocketeers had to retreat because of heavy damage, which then they saw a scout ship being sent by EHI, owned by Big Pim Jr. At round 2, Hex still defended the base but lost his ship, and then Raging Sanity came and cleaned up the airspace. In round 3, both Hex, Vader, and Raging Sanity defended the base with all they had, and mission was successful. The R faction took heavy damage. They lost about 3 warships on the planet and another one in space, which makes it a total loss of 4 warships. One of the ships' names was the Red Sun, and rumor has it that it was Warhammer inspired. This is what both Hex and Vader had to say about the fight. Void Rocketeers were very fast fighters. We were very impressed by them, but we still smoked them. And they were probably very fast because they were using light armor block. Vader continued with saying, I rammed their ship, which made a chain reaction which resulted in a big boom. Both Vader and Hex felt an adrenaline rush. It was intense and fun. It was an honorably and fair fight. It was a very excited and fun evening. Then Raging Sanity proceeds with that he felt very relieved that the battle was finally over. Yet another attack and his base was still intact. He didn't lose anything. He still have a lot of steel plates, but the scenery have a lot of craters as a reminder of the battle. We got in touch with Void Rocketeers, and this is what they had to say about the battle.
Hello, guys. My name is Buwanda. I'm the Admiral of Void Rocketeers. And behind me are some of the top VR officials. We have Elpaloosa, Insanitoid, and Casper with us today. We engaged the faction PMG and elements of the CIN faction as well.
Why did you launch an attack on this simple uranium mining operation?
Void Rocketeers sent a reconnaissance force over to Object 85 to try to gather some intel. It turned out PMG actually was establishing a forward operation base, and it was not a resource operation whatsoever. Instead, it was a staging facility for their combatants. So we have plenty of proof in the form of screenshots and firsthand experiences. I mean, you could kind of be the judge for yourself. Do you need multiple railguns and missile launchers and shield systems for a mining operation?
How did you guys feel under the attack?
You know, the VR pilots are extremely experienced, and we remain, almost totally cool under any combat situations. So, as far as us on our end, we didn't really feel anything too strongly. It was a little boring dealing with the CIN response. Their air superiority uh, is not very superior. So
What did you lose?
We lost probably about 200 to 250,000 magnesium in the form of 600 millimeters. Um, that was probably the biggest loss.
So no ships?
We gather most ships and repair them.
And how many times did you attack the base?
I couldn't give you specific details as we kind of had an ongoing reconnaissance mission to just probe their defenses, and well, CIN kept throwing ships at us, and we kept smashing them. So,
What was the goal of the attack?
Well, the goal of attack is the same as if your neighborhood is infested with rodents or cockroaches, and you just want to get rid of them before they get into your house.
Will you return?
Yeah, absolutely. Within the rules of engagement, of course, Object 85 is owned by VR, and this is our space.
VR is willing to issue, base permits to anybody willing to pay for our services on Object 85. So the base in voxel issue, we actually encourage it. We just don't accept or acknowledge any nefarious, unlicensed escapades in.
Is there anything you want to tell to all of the Skunkworks players?
We are a peace-loving faction. We play within the rules of engagement. We don't cheese the server. We don't do things to cheat. We don't connect multiple grids to increase the power of them. So no, we play within the rules, and
if you're worried about VR, it's probably because you're on the receiving end of our guns.
Well, you heard it here, everyone. VR is a peace-loving faction who does not cheat. Thank you for your time. This is your SKNN reporter, Soup. Back to the studio.
Thanks very much for the interview. Great talking with you, Soup.
Fellow Skunkworks players. The base is a uranium refining complex. How long will this stand, and who will be the one to take it down? Is there any reason why nobody can't live in peace and refine and make tech? What will it take to bring peace not just to the faraway planets and moons, but also space? According to the rumor, even peaceful innocent miners are getting in the way of the PvP people. When will it stop? And who will bring peace? That's an answer that can only be decided by you, the players. This is SKNN News reporting. Soup, have a good evening in this vast space and the faraway moons. Soup out. Thank you.